so they doubt you, and they doubt you because you're a woman, right? Especially like in the trades, that's like a big thing. So I still get that a lot where people are like, are you alone? Like people think that's the craziest thing ever. Like I'll talk to other artists who like look like they're killing it on social media and they're like, oh my God, it's been the worst year. I haven't made any money. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you putting this out? And there was this old lady that would walk by and she was just like, oh, you're a lady with a job.
What?
I had somebody one time I was on scaffolding, like insane, like 70-foot tall scaffolding, and this like crazy guy came and was like rocking it, like jumped up and was shaking it.
A random person?
Just a random, like it was the middle of town. Yeah. You're on an extension ladder on a platform that then is stairs at the bottom.
Yeah,
so when you look down, it's like 30 feet down, you know?
That's crazy.
So I was in tears. Here we are.
Here we are. All right. Oy. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here we are.
Here we are. Welcome to another episode of Artist with a Dream. Today I am here with Hanna. I am also Hanna, and we are both muralists in California, which is crazy. Right. I don't know if you know this, but the way I found you is because one of my clients left me a review, but they accidentally left it.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yes.
They left it on your page.
Yes. Because I was like, oh, this is such a nice review. This was not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, did I do a travel agency?
Yeah, totally.
Maybe I forgot.
Uh-huh.
But then I found you, and I found your website.
That's hilarious.
I clicked on it, and I was like, what the heck? Since then, I've been following you and your work, and you are so inspiring to me.
Thank you. Well, we have a lot in common.
We do.
Yes.
We're both named Hanna, and
we love to travel.
We do. Both speak
We're
Spanish.
badasses. We speak Spanish.
I was about to say something in Spanish, but I'm like,
yeah.
I haven't spoke Spanish in a while, but
that's okay.
I guess so. Okay, a lot of what you share online is very technical, right? Like what kind of brushes you use, what kind of paint you use.
Yeah.
In this podcast, I like to talk more about kind of the emotional side of things, trusting yourself, like confidence. How long have you been painting murals?
This is my 21st year.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, last year was 20, and I celebrated really big, and because that was like a big moment.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
During your 21-year career, was there ever a moment where you gave up?
I mean, give up. I gave up in like small ways. Like I definitely had to get other jobs along the way. Like what year? So it must have been 2010 maybe. I was like a census worker.
Okay, that's so random.
Like because it was just like an extra way to pick up some money. And it was like after 2008, the recession, it was super hard painting murals, which was kind of good timing for me because I had my son in 2008. So it, worked out okay because my wife was employed. But then, I would just like pick up other ways of making money. Like early on, I like taught swim lessons so I don't know if it's like giving up. It's just like doing other things as well. Like I wasn't able to like do it 100% right off the bat.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment when you just felt like so overwhelmed by murals, or did you generally like throughout have a pretty confident self-trust kind of motivation?
No, I definitely didn't. Like, I was motivated, but I definitely wasn't confident.
Okay.
Like, hell no, I wasn't confident. Yeah, I was, like, fumbling my way through it forever.
Really?
Yeah, because there was nowhere to get information about it as well. Like, when I first started in, like, at the end of 2004, I looked up probably on the internet, maybe, of, like, other muralists in town, and there were, like, 3 or 4.
Okay.
And I think I contacted them just to be like, hey, how do you do this? Because I was thinking of starting it. And one guy, his was Mural Magic.
Okay.
And he did kids murals, really good kids murals. And I went and met him and chatted with him. And he was like an old dude who was getting ready to retire. And he was just like, yeah, my back hurts. This sucks.
Oh,
wow. He didn't like teach me much of anything. And there wasn't a lot of information to be found on the internet. So I was kind of just like fumbling through it most of the time, which was like terrifying because I just didn't know anything about anything. And So yeah, that was the hard part back then, was that there was just nowhere to learn. And so I definitely was not confident, but I mean, yeah, I had jobs. Like I got fired from a job one time, like pretty early on in my career.
From a mural gig?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? What happened?
I like a woman in like a condo downtown hired me probably when I was like 3 or 4 years in.
Okay.
And she wanted this like, and it was a very like fancy ass condo.
Yeah.
And, you know, like this gorgeous view of San Diego. And she wanted like it was like an Asian garden scene.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And I, like back then I used to like try to do sketches by like finding pictures on the internet or in books and stuff. And it was so hard to find reference photos, you know? And so I went there, and the first day I was like trying, and I was like trying to paint bamboo, and it was so hard. And, and then the beginning of day 2, she was like, I don't think this is working. You know, she was like, the bamboo doesn't look like bamboo. It looks like stone. Like, you know, and she like paid me for the first day.
Yeah.
But I just was, I mean, I was gutted. I totally cried and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't there yet.
Yeah. It's very like motivating hearing you say that you kind of just have to figure it out as you go. Mm-hmm. Because especially on social media, I feel like everyone's just like, I am this professional and like I know everything. So I feel like
it's fake.
Yeah.
And people like make it look like, I'll talk to other artists who like look like they're killing it on social media, and they're like, oh my God, it's been the worst year. I haven't made any money. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you putting this out? And they're always just like, oh, you have to like, you know, put that out to the world. And I'm like, no, that doesn't feel real.
Right.
Like a lot of people have like this confidence on social media, and then you meet them in person, and you're like, you have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah. Like you're just another person.
Right?
We're all just figuring it out.
Yeah, totally.
What was your very first mural that you did?
The first one, okay, so I so wanted to find this lady last year because it was my 20-year anniversary.
Okay.
And so what happened was at the end of 2004, my wife was like, I think you should do this for a living, right?
Okay.
I think you should paint murals for a living. And because
I love a supportive
right?
partner.
She was like, go for it. And I'm like, no, it's my art. It's really personal, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, do it. And I had painted a mural for our daughter, who I painted like musical notes on her wall, you know, and it was like cute and simple and whatever. And so she's like, you could totally do this. Like, this is a thing. And so at the end of 2004, I put an ad in like Family Magazine, which is just like a cute family magazine here in town. And I had like a picture of like a Nemo fish that I had painted in like the kids' bathroom. And so I put this ad out. I want to say I did it probably like November. And then this woman contacted me and was like, oh, I'd love for you to paint a mural for my kid. And so I go.
Oh, wow.
And I like managed to put together like a portfolio of what I had done, which was nothing. But I like beefed it up, you know? I don't even know how.
It's like one mural, like 100
It's literally
times.
like, yeah, like the drawings and stuff I had done, which were all like colored pencil things like this big, right? So I went and met her, and she was like, oh my God, sounds great. And I think it was going to be $750. And I was like, what? That's crazy. That's so much money. Because, I mean, like, I would think I was making $10 an hour at that time. You know, like, the shit was cheap. So she hired me to paint, like, this, like, storybook mural based on a book of, like, these animal characters in her kids' room. And it had, like, a big elephant and stuff. And so, yeah, I came and did it, and it took me, like, 3 days. And the lady was so nice.
Oh, wow.
And so supportive. And, like, just, like, the best freaking first client ever.
That's amazing.
Like, I honestly think, like, had it not been for her, had she been a different type of person, I would have been, like, so scared.
Yeah.
And so she was super rad. And so I wanted to find her this year because I was like, I want to give this lady a free mural. But, like, I still had her phone number and I had her address and everything.
Wow.
But I didn't, like, put it out in the world. I could probably find her.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the same phone number, but...
That's such a beautiful story.
I know.
You start and then get that validation from someone.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like that's so important in this field. Like,
so much.
Other people telling you, like, it's okay, keep going, like, we love your art. How do you feel like your family plays a role in your career?
I mean, like, my wife, she's always been super supportive. And so that helped a lot because she, like, pushed me early on to do it and, like, pushed me throughout the beginning when I was kind of like, oh, this is crazy. Like, I'm not a risk taker. Like, I do dumb shit, but, like, I'm not, like, a gambler. Right. And she's more of a gambler. So she's like, go for it. See what happens, you know? But with money and stuff, I get really nervous and I'm more like reserved and just cautious when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so it super helped because she is a lawyer, and so she was able to like help support us in the years where I didn't have like a super supportive, I didn't have like a constant stream of income always. And so it would be like sometimes I'd make money, sometimes I wouldn't, and so that was super helpful. And I mean, the kids, what role do they play? I mean, they're kids.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, now, like when my son, he used to get in trouble a lot and get like kicked out of school for a day or two. He'd come to work with me. I mean, my kids are artsy. They do fun stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It must be very nice having like a supportive partner to kind of just like push you.
Totally.
And be your cheerleader.
Totally. Like I would not be here if it weren't for her. Like she definitely like gave me like the space to do it.
Yeah. That's so nice.
Yeah.
So were you with your wife like when you started
mural
mural painting?
Yeah, we were like newly together. I think we got together in 2004. Okay. So it was like, we got together and like I had graduated from college and traveled and stuff. And then I was like, I'm going to get a job. Like that's what grown-up people do.
Yeah.
And I came to San Diego and I was teaching swim lessons, which is what I did like forever growing up. And then I found a job like at a temp agency and I was working down at like, they were building a freeway and I was a document technician for like the architectural firm or something.
So random.
And it was like, the people there were super fun though. I worked there just for a few weeks and I was like, and then, I think I started it was pretty high back then. It was like $16 an hour or something, which was like, felt like a lot.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon they were like, oh my God, we'll pay you, we'll hire you and pay you $22 an hour.
Okay.
And like, I was kind of like, I could see like my whole life.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I could totally like work my way up in this company. Like I'm smart. I do stuff well. Like I like people. Like I could do this. And then I was like, ugh, that sounds like hell.
Yeah.
And so I quit after just a few weeks because I was like, this is not what I want to do.
Respect.
Yeah.
You listen to your gut.
Yeah. And I'm very glad that I did because, I don't think I knew what I was going to do at that point, but I was like, well, I can just teach some lessons and figure it out.
Yeah.
And then, pretty soon after there, Brenda was like, yeah, you should try this. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, was there any time when you were painting or doing a mural where you ran into somebody who was very rude or very unsupportive of you?
Unsupportive? What do you mean by unsupportive?
Like, have you ever had
people just critics?
Anybody, like people who are like, oh, you're not going to make it as a muralist, or what you're doing is dumb?
I don't think people are like, they try to be that way. I would say a lot in the beginning because I was so young. So 2004, I was 23. You show up and people are like, you're like a baby, so they doubt you, and they doubt you because you're a woman, right? Especially like in the trades, that's like a big thing. So I still get that a lot where people are like, are you alone? Like people think that's the craziest thing ever, that like you're driving that scissor. Like I was on a scissor lift today and they're like, are you alone on that scissor lift? It's like, yes, I'm alone on the scissor lift. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I think people don't mean to. I think it's just like what we have been fed our whole lives.
Totally.
Like I was working in an old folks home last year and it was like a very low income old folks home and there was it was a weird place. A lot of weird people living there. And like they were all smoking weed out front and stuff. And there was this old lady that would walk by and she was just like, oh, you're a lady with a job.
What?
And she would like clap for me and stuff.
That
and I was
is so
like,
old school.
Yeah. I was like,
what?
Thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like at least you're happy for me, but like, yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, a lot of that is just like old style stuff. But I mean, definitely people like doubt you or like, is that what you do for a living?
Right.
And you're like, yeah, like you make a living at that? It's like, yeah.
Yeah. But like, it's the best way to make a living.
I mean, it's insane. Yeah. Like I went away, I was in San Francisco over the weekend with my daughter and I came home and I was like, dude, I'm pumped to go to work tomorrow.
Literally.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people get to feel that.
I was so pumped.
Just like graduate college, get in a job, and then just stay with that for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And I think the cool thing about murals is like every day on the job is completely different.
Totally.
And for you, like you paint primarily in San Diego, right?
Yeah, I try to. Yeah.
Do you feel like you have a better understanding of San Diego because
Oh yeah, so much. Like I've been to like every corner of town. Like every once in a while I'll end up in a neighborhood where I'm like, I've never been here before.
Yeah.
But it's like very rare. And I've been like, I've been to that taco shop. I've been to that dive bar. Like I've been to, like I've been in like all these different weird parts of town.
Right.
And it's so cool,
Yeah.
because I've like met people. I meet people from all over, like constantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely, like a lot of muralists want to like paint all over the world. And I'm like, no, I'm totally cool to just stay here and paint.
Yeah, this is like your home base.
Yeah, like, and why would I like spend a bunch of money to travel and paint? Because like I love traveling,
right,
and I love painting, and I've realized I don't love them together.
Okay,
because
that makes sense.
The logistics of traveling and painting are such a nightmare.
Right.
And they end up being really wasteful. Like, what do you do with a paint when you're done? Like,
yeah.
So, yeah, I've learned that like I do travel to paint sometimes, but it's not what I choose to do.
Yeah,
like I prefer to keep it local, and it's just like cool because I know everybody.
Yeah,
and
you can just like come home at the end of the day. You're close to home.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. That's so cool.
So yeah, so I really like keeping it local, and yeah.
Nice. So remind me, how many murals did you paint in 2025?
Oh, I made a reel about it. I think it was 117.
117.
Something like that. Yeah, it was a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna have fewer than the year before, but I think it was more.
So was the year before something similar to that?
Yeah, like for a consistent amount of years, it was like, or for a number of years, it was consistently 100, like right at 100.
That's crazy.
And then the past few have been like 110, 115. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What happens if you get sick? Do all the murals sick? Like...
So I try not to get like super booked up. Like I don't like to be booked up like months in advance because it stresses me out.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of being like 2 to 3 weeks booked out.
Okay.
I really like to do everything kind of last minute and like they just kind of keep falling. And that will happen like right now I'm like 2.5 weeks booked out, which I'm like, that's good. Okay. Because like if something like today I was on a project and stuff went to shit, so it's like, and it wasn't my fault. It happens, right? Yeah. The property manager made a change. And so it's like, poof. So it's like, how do I catch up if I've got like months of stuff backed up?
Right.
So I really prefer that usually during the summer times I'll get like more booked up just because people like to do stuff in the summer. But yeah, usually it's just like a few weeks in advance. I don't remember the question, but yeah.
Me neither. We're just talking. We're just getting to know each other.
Yeah. That's my answer.
You're like, I said something, I think.
Yeah.
I love the overalls.
Right? They're so fun.
Okay.
I got told today by a guy in the street that I looked very sexy in my workwear.
Bro. Does that happen a lot? Do you get like catcalled?
Not like catcalled. I'm like old enough now where there's not a lot of catcalling, but yeah, you get like people talk to you. I mean, dudes like say dumb shit just because they're dudes and they can't keep it in their head.
Do you respond or do you just ignore?
I kind of just laugh at them usually. And like, I'll respond. I'm like, whatever. Like, haha. Like the guy today, I was like, thanks, buddy. Like, whatever.
You're like, okay, I don't care. I am sexy, actually.
Yeah, thank you. I'm feeling so hot. Yeah. Because I was looking at shit, so I'm just like, this is funny that you would like catcall me now. Like,
it's kind of cool though. Like, you definitely have like the painter look.
Yeah, right. And like, I just did a thing about that. Like, I did a reel about like ways to get more business, and that was one of them. Was just like wear your paint clothes everywhere.
That's so smart.
Dude, I know, it works so well. Like, I went to a networking thing. I never really go to networking things, but it was like I think it was for like the airport, and it was all the construction companies were meeting, and so they invited me because I was on some list of something, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go, and then I was like, oh, what should I wear? And then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wear my paint clothes, and I don't even know if I was painting that day,
right?
But I'm walking around this stupid like hall full of people in suits, and everybody wanted to talk to me.
That is so smart.
And because you get like nervous when you're in groups like that,
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody, so I could like chit chat, you find people, but this helps a lot.
Yeah. You're like telling people what your job is just by what you're wearing. You don't have to like explain yourself.
Yeah. And people will come up to you and talk to you. So, yeah.
Have you always worn the overalls, or is this a new thing?
I've worn overalls a lot. Yeah. I wear all different types of stuff. I used to like to wear all white because I was like, that's what painters do. So I used to wear like white Dickies and a white t-shirt. That was like my thing for a while when I first started. I used to wear an apron. I've had many iterations of my outfits. But now I do more like this because I feel like it looks like professionally blue collar or something.
It does.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like some kind of jumpsuit or, some kind of button-up shirt or something.
Yeah, it does look very blue collar.
Yeah.
But like slave blue collar.
Yeah, but it feels like if you're wearing like a shitty old t-shirt covered in paint, it's like, nah. Even like a new t-shirt covered in paint, it just doesn't look as like nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I usually wear some type of like jumpsuit or something.
Right now I have like a cooking apron.
Yeah.
With paint on it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, that works. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I'm like really messy, so I mean this thing's probably only like a year or two old. Like,
do you go through them rather quickly because they just get?
Well, they get stiff.
Yeah.
Like this one right now is like getting a little stiff where it starts to like.
Your legs are just gonna be.
I know, like
fully straight.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a look.
It is a look.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, okay, if you were to tell yourself one thing when you started, like day one of mural painting, if you could just tell yourself something to your younger self, what would you tell her?
I would tell me to like get advice from people. I think like I was not at all because like not in 2004, but maybe like in 2006, like 2 years later, I moved in with my wife and we like live in the burbs, which it's like there's no artists around, like it's just not. So I was not at all involved in like the artist community and I never had like a lot of artsy friends. And so like I was just not connected and it was before social media, like there just wasn't that. So like I had a website and I had like reached out right in the beginning to other artists, but like I didn't continue to do that. And so that was like 2004 forever. Like I did
it on your own.
I just did it in a bubble.
Okay.
Which like there's some things about that have like maybe helped me because I just figured shit out.
Right.
But like it probably took me so much longer.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of weird ways of doing stuff. It'd be like if you learned how to write on your own. Like you didn't have a teacher teaching you. Like you would get there, if you had like books, but like you would do it in a strange way. You would hold the pencil weird or you would, so like there's a lot of things about like what I do. Like even this, like this is my painting palette. I used
cool,
like
though.
old lids of containers because like, well, it worked pretty well for me. Like I've seen all different ways that people do it, but like I've never seen anyone do that. And like that's what I do just because like I fucking figured it out.
Yeah.
So I never asked for any help. I never reached out to anyone. I just like figured it out. And so honestly, not until 2016, so 12 years later, I was doing a mural. It was right before, so my wife and I in 2016 in June, we took our kids out of school and we traveled the world for 14 months.
Wow. So cool.
It was so cool. And like right before that, like literally like a month before that, this big like auto shop contacted me and was like, hey, can you do this mural that's going to take like 3 weeks? And I was like, okay. So I was able to like slam this mural in like while all this crazy stuff was happening. We're moving out of our house. Like we're having to do all this crazy stuff. And so I was painting this like auto shop mural and it had a bunch of like car bays in it. So like each car, there were like 4 car bays and I was doing cars in it, people and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I was so messed up on the perspective.
Yeah.
Because I was like, do I do the perspective as if you're standing in the middle and looking at all the car bays?
Yeah.
Or do I do each car bay as if you're looking into it? Like what ceiling do you see?
Right.
Like what walls do you see? Like I was really confused. And so a muralist that used to live in San Diego, she, Morgan is her name. It's like Murals by Morgan. And she had moved to the Bay Area years later. And like, I like contacted her and was like, hey, I've been following you and like stalking you forever, like stalking your work and have never reached out. But like, and it was stalking like before, like, I don't even think we're on Facebook or anything. So it's just her website and stuff and like probably her newsletter. And I called her and was like, can you help me?
Respect.
And she was like, yeah, totally. Okay. And she was so nice until she like called me right back and like we talked it through. And then we ended up like becoming friends at that point. And she was kind of like probably 10 years ahead of me. So she had like worked in a corporate job and then become a muralist like later in life, but is like hella talented at like landscapes. And so she like talked me through it. And then, yeah, and I was like, why didn't I do that like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, what was I waiting for? Like, why did I never reach out to anyone?
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I think I just didn't think I was like allowed to or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, And I guess people didn't feel as like accessible because I like wasn't on Instagram or, it just wasn't there. So.
Did you feel like maybe since murals inherently are a bit competitive, like there's only so many walls in the San Diego area, for example, you're like, I don't want to tread on someone else's.
I don't know. It didn't feel competitive. Like she felt so far above me that I didn't feel like I was even in. I probably didn't feel like I was like worthy of asking the question or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel that.
Yeah, like I don't think it was a competition factor. And at that point, she didn't even live. She hadn't lived in San Diego for like 5 years at that point. So. Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel competitive back then.
Yeah.
Because there were like 4 of us.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I mean, there's a lot of walls. But people didn't really want as many murals back then.
Yeah.
So, but I was like definitely of a different caliber than the other muralists. Like they were all very like established. And I was like 25,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I relate because...
Yeah, you're 25.
I'm 25. I reached out to you.
Yeah, right?
I was like, I'm going to shoot my shot.
Yeah, and, go for it.
It's so nice just to know that other artists are cheering you on.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Because, like, you don't have to do it alone. Like, we're all those weird kids who are, like, drawing in school. And now we're just, like, weird adults.
Yeah.
So we have to stick together.
Yeah. Yeah, doing, like, crazy stuff. And it's like, you want to help each other. And there are people that are weird and, like, not nice about it. But most everyone's pretty chill.
Yeah. Muralists so far have been so nice.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, it's just a weird job. Like, people are paying us to paint
paint on their walls. Yeah.
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 We're lucky to have this job for sure.
100%.
So, you were telling me earlier you don't have a background in painting?
No. So, I, like, did art a bunch when I was a kid. I was super into, like, colored pencils and, like, I took art class, in high school and stuff. But then I went to college, didn't get an art degree because I was trying to be responsible. And so I got a linguistics degree. Okay. Because I'm really into languages.
Cool.
So, so I did that. And then, but I always, like, was doing art. Yeah. I was very into art. I was not into painting at all. Like, I hadn't really painted much. I used to go to this dive bar in Santa Barbara where I went to college. And my senior year, they were like, hey, does anyone do art? Like, we want to get a mural on our wall. And I was and my friends were like, she does art, and I'm probably there drinking like a big old beer. Like, and they were like, we'll give you free beer. And I was like, okay.
Nice.
So I painted a mural of like a mermaid and some fish and stuff, like really bad on the wall. I don't even know if I have a picture. I'll have to see.
So that was not your first mural then? That was like...
That was actually my first mural, I guess. Like, not as a business person. Right, that was just like, drunken in the bar. Like, yeah. So I got some free beer out of that. Sweet. Nice. And, so that was kind of the first ever mural. And then, like, I guess after that, like, if we're going first murals, I went to, like, my aunt's house, and she was like, oh, can you paint like, some cactus on my door in the garage? Nice. Like, so I did some, like, little stuff like that, just to get started. But, yeah, that's kind of all I ever did. Yeah, so I had never done it before. Like, I have, like, a knack for art, but I'm not, like, one of those people who's just, like, phenomenal. Like, there were kids in art class way better than me in high school,
You seem to know a lot of, like, you draw people, you draw cars, you draw landscapes, which is very crazy for someone who doesn't have, like, an art degree.
Oh, yeah.
But you just do it
enough. Yeah, like, I really kind of sucked for a long time at painting people. But honestly, I think once you've painted long enough, you can paint anything.
Right.
Like, there's just a thing where, like, and I'm not, like, clearly I'm better at some things than others, but, like, I can do landscapes. I feel like my landscapes are always a little tight. Like, they don't feel, like, flowy and airy. Like, I don't know, I can't quite, like, that woman I was talking about, Morgan, like, hers are, like, beautiful in sunlight. And, mine don't quite have that vibe. They still feel kind of stilted to me. I mean, I'm sure I'm getting better still.
You look great to me.
All right, great. That's good. I can paint a palm tree, but, like...
You have to. San Diego,
I painted a lot of palm trees.
That's number one thing.
But, like, you just get better at it.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what it is. Because it's just, at some point, it's, like, not about the thing you're painting. It's just about, like, painting.
Right.
Like, it just becomes, like, a skill of mixing colors and messing around.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty confident in most things. Like, I still... try to not paint like massive portraits of people. You know, some people are really into that and are really great at it. And it's like, I can do that, but it's not my strong suit.
Right.
Like, you know. And it probably could be. Like, I'm sure
Yeah.
I could do it and it'd turn out pretty good, but it's just like, not quite there.
You still want to have fun.
Yeah. And I'd rather, like, give the work to people that love doing that. Because
Exactly.
that doesn't excite me at all. If they're like, paint a big portrait of some famous person, I'm like,
Yeah. And then you have to, like, get the likeness right, too. Which is kind of pressure.
Which I would, like, project it or whatever, but
Yeah.
it still wouldn't, like, bring me joy, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know.
So we're not going to see a self-portrait of you on a giant wall anytime
that's
soon?
not happening.
Dang
not
it.
happening. Yeah. Sorry.
Dang. Well,
Yeah.
it's cool that you've kind of, like, taught yourself a lot of different styles. I feel like, do you find it's very important to not pigeonhole yourself into any particular lane and just kind of be open to anything?
I mean, I think it was just necessity. Like, if you're hungry enough, you will paint anything.
Right.
You know, and I always said yes to everything. So, yeah. Like, I did a lot of, like, sign painting back in the day when I was really bad at it. But, like, and I'm doing sign painting today, you know. So you end up doing a lot of that just because, like, you get paid for it. And if you're getting paid to make art, it's like, well, I mean, why would I say no?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think and because I didn't paint a lot before that, I didn't have, like, a strong style. So that kind of led me to get a bunch of different jobs because it was, you know, like, I can do any style.
Yeah.
And, you know, I did a ton of kids stuff in the beginning because that's, like, the most forgiving and kind of the just easiest, like, way to enter. And that's great now because I do a ton of stuff in, like, the children's hospital. I still do a ton of, like, kids residential stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, those are great jobs.
Yeah.
So I think that helped. But yeah, and I ended up doing a lot of, like, Tuscan vineyards and stuff. That was a big one back in the day.
Wow.
A lot of wine cellar murals.
Oh, wow.
So many. Yeah. So you just learn because you take every job.
Yeah.
Like, I can faux paint. I can, you know, do gold. Just, like, everything.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I think it's good. Like, I encourage people to say yes to everything.
Okay.
And often, like, you'll meet cool people when you're doing it. Like, if you really need jobs, it's like if someone asks you if you can faux paint, like, as long as it's a, you know, smallish wall, be like, yeah, I can faux paint. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I don't know. Look it up and figure it out. Google it ahead of time. Okay, how to faux paint.
Yeah. No one really knows what they're doing. You just kind of, like, learn it as you
I mean,
go.
some people know what they're doing,
Yeah.
but sometimes, like, you do that faux painting wall for someone, and then they're like, oh, actually, I need a mural in my blah, 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 or, you know, or they end up, like, owning a hotel, or you just never know. So I think it just helps when you're growing to not say stuff. And, like, that's a big thing with women. Like, women are very prone to be like, no, I don't know how to do that, and men are more prone to be like, I could do that.
It's very interesting.
And so just, like, yeah, fake it.
Yeah. That's very interesting. I found myself doing that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like typography.
Yeah.
I don't want to do, like, realism or whatever.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, especially, I feel like it is important to just, like, put yourself out there, say yes to everything, and, like, have fun with it. Like, figure it out.
Yeah. And it'll be hard, but, like, you're learning. Like, you're getting paid to go to art school, essentially. Like, you're getting paid to learn. So,
yeah.
You might as well.
Literally. What's one of the craziest stories you have while you were painting a mural?
So I was painting this mural on like the busiest street corner in town.
Okay.
It's this horrible, horrible intersection. And it's just like, you know, so many lanes in every direction. It takes forever. It's just like everybody's like honking. It's terrible. And so I was painting this bar. I've now painted every square inch of the outside of this bar. It's like a divey bar. It's called the Night Owl. And so I painted all one side of it. And they really liked it. So they're like, okay, come back and paint the other side. And so this side is like where traffic is coming. And it's like I was in the front of the bar, which is like right there where traffic is coming by. And on this like brick wall here, right? Uh-huh. And I was just like nervous on the front because it's just like these and it's like one of those places with a lot of douchebags that live there. So they're like gunning it on their motorcycles and just like it's so loud and it scares you.
Yeah.
And I am not a scared person.
Yeah.
But it was just like, the sound was like grating. And so at one point, I had my headphones on and I was painting probably like 30 feet down on the brick wall, like away from the road. And I heard this slam and I look over and this old guy had like accidentally pushed on the gas instead of the brake and slammed into the brick wall and like knocked it over. like right where I could have been painting.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
and I was like, holy shit. So I went and like tried to help him, and he was like super out of it. And he was just like, I have to go. Like tried to just drive away. And I was like, no, you can't leave. Like we called the cops. And so I'm like standing there with him. So that was just like wild. I was like, oh my God. I was so freaked out for the rest of the day.
Did you keep painting?
I kept painting. Yeah, of course. You know, it's
the
like,
show must go
yeah,
on.
Right? But I'm like far away, you know? I mean, like 30 feet, not that far, but like, and so I was painting there. And then the next, so the wall is like knocked over. And so the next day I was standing there with the owner of the bar, and he's just like, oh, I'm going to have to call the insurance. Like, this is going to be such a pain in the butt. You know, I'm talking to him about it, and we're like, yeah, this is wild. And there was like a U-Haul, like, rental truck place next door.
Yeah.
And so this U-Haul truck, like, came out and drove by, and the U-Haul was, like, really tall, and it hit the roof and, like, took off part of the roof as he drove by.
Like, the next day?
Literally the next day. Heck? I was like, what is happening? This wall is jinxed. No. So I still had to paint in the front of the bar. So the whole time I was painting, I was just like, I'm going to die. Like, this is terrible. Like, but I was also like, what are the chances? You know, like...
If you die while painting murals, like, that's okay.
That would not be a great way to die. I do not want to die painting murals.
Not worth it.
No. I want to die like skydiving or some shit, right?
Because
Like,
that's better.
That's way better.
How about painting while skydiving?
That would be fun, yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That must have been just a cursed, like, street.
I don't know. Yeah, it was a lot. That was a lot.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, people run into shit all the time with their cars. That's a big, you know... Like when you're trying to paint like in front of parking spots, people just pull right up on your scissor lift or like,
Has anyone almost hit your scissor lift?
I've never had anyone hit it with a car. I had somebody one time I was on scaffolding, like insane, like 70-foot tall scaffolding. And this like crazy guy came and was like rocking it, like jumped up and was shaking it.
A random person?
Just a random, like it was the middle of town. Yeah, that was kind of scary.
Did you feel like you were going to fall?
I was just scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just weirded out.
What are the odds of that happening? Like,
I don't know. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's some dangerous shit. Usually the dangerous shit isn't people, though. It's normally, like, driving my scissor lift, trying to, like, drive it up a ramp or, like, you know, stuff where just not safe.
Yeah. I haven't used a scissor lift yet.
Yeah. I was going to make, actually, a YouTube video on that because I was like, they're not that hard to use, but they do take some
getting used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was your first time, like, on a scissor lift?
Ooh. I don't know that I remember the first time I was on the scissor lift. Yeah, I don't think I remember. Like, I just, you get really nervous. Like, I have used a boom lift. I used one maybe like 15 years ago on a big project, but I hadn't really used one at all until recently. Uh-huh. And last summer I had to use this insane tall one. I was painting like a... It was probably a 60-foot tall mural, but it started like 40 feet up.
Was it the hotel?
It was the hotel.
Yeah.
And so I got there and I was like, okay, you guys need to like teach me how to use this because I haven't really used it.
Was it there for you already?
The construction company had rented it.
Okay.
And so I like made friends with this guy. I called him my boyfriend for a little while because he was very helpful. But then I think he broke up with me because then he stopped answering my calls.
Oh, no. What a shame.
I know. Yeah, he was just, like, super helpful. And he would, like, move it for me because it was on, like, an urban street. So you had to, like, park it, which the bottom of it was, like, the size of this garage. I mean, it was so big. And so, and not only that, so it's an articulating boom. So you're like moving, you know, and so I'm thinking always of like not running into stuff, but also like the arm, there was like a palm tree and a house and then the building. And then you have to get in all these different things. And so at one point I was so freaked out. Like it was just like so hard. And then you get up to the top and when you're 100 feet up, when you move, you don't move and stop. You move and go like that.
Oh no.
So you're like shaking. So you have to like take that into account when you're going towards the wall because you can't hit the wall, you know? Even if you stop before the wall, it could like, you know, ricochet kind of.
Oh.
So at one point I got there in the morning and I was like, okay. And I was like day 3 or 4. I was feeling pretty confident on this boom.
Right.
And like there was a box truck that was right next to me that was like unloading construction supplies or something. And so, like, I get up, and I get on my boom thing, and I'm moving up, and I'm cruising around the thing, and I did not realize that, like, so imagine there's a like a car part in the bottom that's all the wheels, right, of this boom. And then the boom sits on top, and then there's the arm. But what happened was there's a box truck sitting next to me. So when I turned, this thing turns, like the body of the boom turns. And I was like an inch away from this box truck, but I wasn't even thinking about it because I'm like up here and I'm thinking of like not hitting the palm tree, not hitting the house. Like, and I'm just like, oh my God, only by the grace of God did I not like take out this freaking box truck.
That would have been so disastrous.
So bad.
And then you're just like slowly lowering like.
Yeah, like, hey, sorry, I'll be down in 3 minutes. Like, it was so stressful. I was like sick to my stomach the first day.
Wow.
Like, it's just like, and it's, you know, the heights, like you're in a harness and all the stuff. Like, I wasn't afraid I was going to like fall out. I was just afraid I was going to like hit shit.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff is just scary. Yeah. Like, it's just a lot. And you get better at it, but it's just hard when there's stuff around. Because, like, even when you get confident, it's like some weird thing happens.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Because you're operating, like, a huge piece of machinery. And you're just a painter.
Yeah.
And now you're also, like, a construction worker, too, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so scissor lifts are much easier. If you have, like, flat ground, scissor lifts are bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, when do you have flat ground? But, like... If it's flat, like right now, the one I'm working on is great. It's like a sidewalk, you know, you're just going up and down, back and forth, up and down.
Right.
You know, so that's pretty easy.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, it just definitely, and some of them are kind of different. You have to like hold the thing longer, you know, so you like are sure it's broken and then, you know.
Are you usually in charge of figuring out the scissor lift, or does the client usually have it for you?
Yeah, I have a company that I rent from.
Okay,
so now I feel super confident with scissor lifts. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So you just rent them. They're like, you can like rent it for like a day, but you have to pay like drop off pickup, which is like, so by the time you rent it for 2 days, you might as well rent it for a week, which is like $750 or something. Okay. So it's a lot, but when you need it, you need it. So.
Yeah. Have you had any scary experiences on a ladder?
Yeah, like every day.
every time.
I mean, not like terrible, but like I think my worst ladder experience was I was painting in a stairwell of somebody's home. Oh, no. And it was like the ground floor, and then they had stairs to like a landing, and then stairs up. And in the landing was this really tall, you know, it's like in a condo, so there's like a tall wall there, right? That had like a window or something up top. And they wanted like this crazy mural of like Singapore and Thailand and San Diego and all these different, it was very like kind of abstract landscapey of all these places. And so they were like, oh, we have a ladder that can reach it. And I was like, oh, sweet. And their ladder was some like piece of shit, like extendable thing that they got like on Amazon. And I was like, what? I cannot do this. So like, first off, they're the ones where you like push them and they fall, like the rungs come down, you know, it's an extension ladder. And it was just terrible. So, and not only are you like on an extension ladder, you're on an extension ladder on a platform that then is stairs at the bottom. Yeah, so when you look down, it's like 30 feet down, you know?
That's crazy.
So I was in tears.
Yeah,
it was terrible. Oh, it was so bad. Because you couldn't really get a lot of distance away from the wall. So it was like basically
straight up against the wall, plus stairs?
Plus stairs.
That could be so bad.
So scary if you fell. So I'm like, and you know, trying to reach the top, and it like barely reached the top, and I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm like risking my life for this.
Literally.
And like all day long, you just are like tight.
Yeah.
You know, your whole body is just tight the whole time. Like you can't relax.
Right.
So after that, I was like, I'm not using. And so I bought like a nice one of those extension ladders, but I still hate using it.
Yeah.
Because they're like they're like lightweight-ish, but they get really small. Yeah. But you can reach like 13 or 14 feet in them. Yeah. So it's like super useful when I need it, but hopefully I only ever need it to like do something little.
Yeah. It's really scary.
Yeah.
How do you carry your paint up there with you?
You usually just use like a cup or something.
So you're like one hand, like...
You're one-handed too.
Because you're one hand holding the cup, other hand holding the brush. So you're basically like no hands kind of. You're like...
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, clipped through with it. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
In those moments, sometimes I'm like, I wish, or I could still learn, but spray paint would be so nice. Like just out of the belt.
Yeah, out of the little can. Yeah. Although I just hate spray paint, I think. Like it serves a purpose for me. But it's just, I don't think me and spray paint are going to become tight.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah. I think it's just, I don't think it's for me. It's just noxious and feels very wasteful and I don't know. I just can't do it.
And it's expensive.
It's really expensive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe someday. I'll say that, and then, like, I'll get so into it.
Yeah, you're like, I'm now a spray paint
Yeah, spray paint all the
muralist.
time, yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, people like different things as long as you're getting a mural on the wall.
Yeah,
Really
like, I had to use it recently because I did that. It was that crazy, like, I don't even know, landscape wall that was, like, all three-dimensional and terrible. And spray paint, like, killed it for, like, getting the first coat on.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't even have, like, the right colors. I was just, like, using light gray because I didn't have white, you know. It's just, like, whatever. I just used whatever I had because I'm like, I don't even know where to buy spray paint. And I don't want to buy it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
It's a whole new world of muraling.
So, yeah, it worked.
Nice. Okay, we're going to wrap this up soon.
Okay.
But I have a couple more questions. Do you have any stories where you were painting or doing murals and there was just a very wholesome, heartwarming moment?
Wholesome, heartwarming. I mean, like, every time I paint at a school, dude. Aww. Like, schools are the best.
Yeah.
They're, I mean, like, I have an assistant that comes with me sometimes, and she, like, whenever she's having a bad day, she's like, I just want to come paint at a school with you.
Aww.
Because all the little kids are just so sweet. They're just like, you're the best artist I've ever met in my entire life. Like, you're doing a great job. You know, they just, like, it's constant.
Yeah.
I mean, like, 1,000 times that day you'll hear it. Just little kids just being, I like your drawing. Like, you're doing great.
So
like, they're just, like, so sweet. And it's so genuine. And they'll come and chit-chat with you and stuff. And, yeah, I mean, definitely the schools are, like, where it's at. Like, every once in a while you'll get, in, like, the older schools are a little tougher. But,
like
even,
high school?
Yeah. Like, sometimes middle school, like, the kids can be jerks because they're just, like, little hormonal freaks. You know that age.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they're really sweet, too. And it's nice, too, because, like, a lot of the older kids, like, want to do art. And so then they're, like, super inspired and want to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you getting paid for this? Like, they just think it's the craziest thing in the world that you're getting paid, you know? So, yeah, I would say schools. I mean, I work in schools all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a big part of my business. And so I try to give them, like, good deals because I like to just, like, get in and get out. And just, like, I think it makes, like, such a big difference in schools to have art.
No, for real.
Yeah. And I just did one at an elementary school where the little girl had designed the mascot.
I saw that.
Yeah, so she got to come and paint with me. She was so cute. So she, like, it's TK through 5th, where she went to school. But now she's in 6th grade.
Okay.
And so she came back, and her little brother painted with her, and I let her, like, help on the mural. And she was just like, oh, my God.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was really sweet. She was so excited. And it was such a cool thing because it's just neat for kids to see that, like, you can make money and it's a job. And, you know, because they're all, like, their parents are like, do math, do science, like, thinking that's the only way to make money. And I'm like,
I know.
I make great money, you know? I make way more money than lawyers and shit. Yeah,
hey.
Come on. Yeah, study art. Yeah.
Study art. You don't even need to go to college for
Yeah,
it.
right? Yeah.
Like, people don't talk about that. I think people are jealous because it's so fun.
Totally.
You don't have to become an adult and then just be depressed for the rest of your life.
No. And even if, like, you don't make as much money, like, if you're happier, geez, like, how much is your life worth? You know? Like, if you can make money doing something you love, like, hell, that's worth so much.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. No, I feel very, very, like, just awesome that I get to do this. And I think more and more with AI and stuff, like, I just think, like, so many jobs are going to go away.
I know.
So I think, like, jobs like this, like, in the trades are, like, more important than ever.
Yeah.
Like, I just watched a South Park where it was, like, the plumbers and the, like, contractors and stuff, they were all, like, the Jeff Bezoses of the world. They were all, like, having a space race, you know, because they all had, like, $1 zillion. Because, like, in the future with AI, like, nobody's gonna...
No, literally.
Like, like, everybody can... Like, all their jobs are gone. Yeah. Like, all these white-collar people. So it's the blue-collar folks that are running the world. And I was like, hell yeah, that's right.
As it should be.
Yeah. So, like... There's AI art, but, like, I don't think people are going to get to the point. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get to the point where it's just, like, replacing murals. Because there's murals are, like, even when they, you know, they have those things now that, like, print a mural on the wall. It's like, yeah, like, everyone has wallpaper. Like, that's already a freaking thing, you know? Like, there's a reason you don't want wallpaper, right?
Yeah.
It's just, like, it's lame. It's, you know, like, or it does a job, but it doesn't do the same job as, you know, a mural.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I think that, like, jobs like this I mean, the trades are where it's at.
Yeah.
Like my son, I'm like, he was thinking of like joining the union and stuff, and he's 17, and I'm like, go for it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think you'd make way more money as like a plumber or pipe fitter than you are as white collar.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's good for him to see examples of that with you.
Yeah, totally.
Because like you go to school, I feel like it's like, all right, you go to high school, take your SATs or whatever, and then like college and so academic, but like arts and cooking and like using your hands will like never go away.
Yeah.
So you have to like keep that skill alive, and there will always be a demand for people using their hands.
Yeah, skilled craftsmen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's like so satisfying at the end of the day.
It really
that
is.
You're like I take a picture of what I did today.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my kids know what I do for a living. Like they're not confused about it. It's like it's very clear what I do. And if I don't do anything that day, it's also very clear.
Right.
Like it's, you know.
Right.
So I just like that like it's very tangible.
Yeah. I like that.
And that's
too.
cool, you know. Yeah.
Like there's steps and then you're like, I completed my job.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a very nice outcome. Take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
for
my
coming on the
pleasure. This
podcast.
is great. I'm glad you could come to my messy garage.
I
We threw a
know.
bunch of stuff up to make it look fancy. Doesn't
is
it
so
look so fancy? Just don't look
fancy.
right there.
That's the real side of murals.
You don't want to see on the other side of this.
Would you like to tell the people where they can find you, like your social media handles and stuff?
Oh, yeah. It's Hanna's Murals. At Hanna's Murals, yeah. Pretty
Nice.
simple, yeah.
Hanna's Murals. Go follow her. She does amazing, amazing work. Maybe one day we'll do another video together or something.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Hanna versus Hanna.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Well,
Yeah, hell
thank
yeah,
you.
girl. Yeah, awesome.
that's going to be fun.
Sound good.